COVID's impact on our daily lives has been an adjustment, to say the least. And this morning, we're putting the focus on how it's affected men and how it's changed us. Here to discuss the Cleveland Clinic's Coping with COVID survey is Dr. Peter Bayich, a men's health expert with the Cleveland Clinic. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on, Micah.
Now, important information here because this survey was actually part of the Cleveland Clinic's annual Mention It campaign. What did this survey find that has been the biggest impact on men, and what is their overall outlook for their health for the next 6 months?
So the Mention It campaign is something that we started about 5 years ago. We know that men are not great about going to the doctor, and the purpose of the survey that we were putting on every year, where we survey about 1,000 men, is to try to get an idea of men's health behaviors. This year, we specifically wanted to focus on how COVID-19 was affecting men's health, and we found some interesting things. First, we found that 77% of men had increased stress related to COVID-19. But unfortunately, about 2/3 of those men expressed that they would not feel comfortable talking about their mental health concerns. About half of men said that this was a more stressful time than the 2008 recession. We also found that about half of men had delayed medical care related to the pandemic for conditions not relating to COVID. And we also found that there was a split between whether men felt healthier or less healthy, about half and half. The men who were feeling less healthy said that about a quarter of them gained weight, about 15% had increased alcohol consumption, and then those that felt healthier felt so because they were exercising more, sleeping more, eating better, and spending more time with family.
I feel you on eating more because I feel like I've packed on the pounds a little bit. The suit isn't really fitting me too well anymore. So what can we do then when we're looking at these predicaments, and what shape can we do to really change those outlooks?
Yeah, men's outlook on the future, for as far as COVID-19 goes, about 2/3 of them said that they don't see an end in sight to the pandemic. But the nice thing was that over 70% of them still had a positive outlook. I recommend to all men to stay positive. Specifically regarding their mental health, it's important to talk about these things, talk about them with your partner, with your support system. You can talk about them with a therapist or a counselor. There's a lot of great resources available now, both in person and through virtual visits online. You need to keep up with your routine health care, and that includes screening for conditions like prostate cancer, colon cancer, etc. So your health can't be put on hold because of what's been going on.
What would you say has motivated men of really different ages when it comes to social distancing, exercising, those behaviors, and really wearing your mask?
Yeah, so we found in this survey that about 70% of men were reporting that they were wearing masks and practicing social distancing. Unfortunately, that means about 30% were not. It seemed less common in younger men. Specifically relating to avoiding large groups, men who were older, over age 65, were more likely to avoid larger groups. And as far as overall good health behaviors, it seemed more likely that men who were married or who had children under the age of 18 were more likely to follow the recommendations.
Well, we are following social distancing in the studio. I'm the only one here. When I'm out of here, putting back on my mask. So if we want to know more information about this study, where can we go for that? There's a website, right?
Yeah, you can go to clevelandclinic.org/mentionit.
All right, doctor, we appreciate your time this morning sharing this knowledge, important information as we look at our overall health, the men's health in this Mention It campaign, and then going forth from there. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
For more information on the survey, to see more results, just head to clevelandclinic.org/mentionit. Cleveland Clinic is a proud sponsor of Las Vegas Morning Wood.